Alright, welcome back, guys. We're here, episode number 7. We did get this big update today, for the changes. So this is cool. So we only need 352 BSLT now to get our house. But there's also a new Arc Pass, which is really, really good. And we're actually probably going to get that first. It's only going to cost about 50 BSLT. So we'll take a look at that in just a second. So, standard procedures, log in, do your crops. If you wanted to be more optimal about this, you would be logging in every 8.5 hours to collect your crops and to replant them over and over again. Because this is a money-making technique. You obviously want to try and find the most valuable crop for your server and your economy, because each server and each economy will be different. And then once you find it, you want to just stick with it. So when we started this series, the skin was actually the most valuable material that we could get out of the crops from my research. So that's why we ended up choosing those. We also have an accessory box to open up. So we got this from the green storyline quest. We're going to go ahead and open this up, and we have to equip all of our accessories. So you'll notice our combat power should increase some here now. So we're going to equip. And yep, we're already up to combat power level 14. Alright, we got some gold coins to open up. We need to go and open up our daily contracts. See what we get here. So XP, this one is a low rank, so we would try to reroll and get that one to be a high one. And this one, collect Everstone, so this one's very easy. We like this one. We actually love this one. This is pretty much the best quest to get in the low rank. So let's go ahead and reroll this one right here. Try and get a high EXP quest. There we go. We got a high EXP quest, so the rewards might be slightly better there. Alright, so let's go do the Everstone quest. So this update made it easier to get the blue Archeum cores as well. So some people are saying that you should just go and try and open up all these boxes. That's true, you could do that. There's multiple different ways as a free-to-play player to try and grind out. Doing this is a really big RNG chance of trying to get it, trying to open up the faint Spectre's treasure chest, or the shining Spectre's treasure chest, or the radiant Spectre's treasure chest. Very, very RNG based. Not going to be like a consistent method to actually doing it. It's if you get lucky, you know. Are you lucky today? And if not, you're going to be, you know, shit out of luck. You get nothing pretty much. All the other materials in there is kind of garbage. So I'd rather be more consistent and do something that, you know, everyone is always going to get something out of it. And that's where coin purses come in. So the level 41 coin purses I still think are the best, most consistent way for a free-to-play player to actually progress. Alright, so let's take a look at the Arc Pass real quick. So if you click over here and go to the Arc Pass, you'll see that there is a registered change, and now there's 3 Arc Passes in here. These 2 are garbage, so don't do these. New Beginning and September Arc Pass, don't do. They cost 1,000 BSLT to complete the whole Arc Pass, to like open it up. But we have this new one. So we will probably, on this channel here, the free-to-play series, be aiming to open this up as soon as we get 20 BSLT. Because once we get 20 BSLT, we start to get a lot of rewards. We get some labor in here, which is very valuable. And once you finish the whole pass, you get all of your BSLT back. So maybe the first step is get 20 BSLT, open this up, and then get 30 more BSLT, and then open up the next path. And then complete all these and get our BSLT back. And with all these rewards, it's going to definitely help our progress. So this is a huge update. Like I always say, that playing as a free-to-play player in this game is a terrible idea. You shouldn't do it. If you want to play this game, you should invest some money. So right now, all you need to do is invest 50 BSLT. So buy 50 BSLT and then start with that Arc Pass, and then you'll have a way better chance at, you know, actually earning and having fun in the game. And you don't even lose that 50 BSLT. Once you complete that Arc Pass, you get that all back. So starting off with a little investment will cut out, like, we're at episode 7 right now. So if we started with 50, like, just watch the series and see how long it takes us to get 50 BSLT. It's probably going to be like episode like 20 or episode like 25 before we get 50 BSLT. So if you just started the game and be like, hey, I'm going to put down it's 25 bucks right now, right? So BSLT is about 50 cents. So if you started the game and just I'm going to put down 25 bucks to play the game. You buy the BSLT, and now you have 50 BSLT, and you start that, and you're 25 episodes probably ahead of where I am as a free-to-play player trying to earn. And once you have a little bit of BSLT, it becomes a lot easier to actually just progress. Like, you're a lot stronger. It's easier to earn more BSLT. Everything just flows better. So that's why I said in the beginning of the series is that, like, 99% of the people will not actually, earn money out of this as a free-to-play player because it's too hard. It's too hard to earn money as a free-to-play player. It is possible, but there's only 1% of people that are probably going to do this. These are all my numbers that are made up. There's no statistics out there, but the game is only about 15 days old now. So, take it as you may. It is possible. That's what this series is showing, though. It is totally possible to actually, play and earn. But it's, in my opinion, way better to start with a little bit of something. Whether it's starting with the house and starting a tent, or starting just with the Arc Pass now. Like, it puts you off in such a better position. And this is the Asian global server. Like, there's going to be an American server in a couple of months. So when that happens, I highly recommend anyone who wants to actually play on the American server to put in a little bit of money, up front. Like, they did starter packages on the Asian server, and those ended up being insanely good values. Like, it was $50, and you got 500 BSLT, and you got a couple costumes. So that was incredible. Like, right now, that $50 value is almost $250. Like, it is it's a crazy amount of value in just two-ish weeks. So anyone that bought that pre-sale package and didn't spend their BSLT, they now could just cash it out for 5 times their money. What else do we need to? We need a report. Oh yeah, there was a comment too about the glider and how he said, oh, we don't have the glider, and someone said we missed it. Well, it's different. So this game is different than Arc Age. You do not miss the glider quest. The glider quest is part of the green storyline quest now, so you cannot miss the glider quest. The only item that you can actually miss is the rowboat. So you cannot miss the glider quest anymore. You can also miss the mount too. So the mount is missable. If you didn't do the basic storyline quest, you can miss that mount. Pretty soon we're actually going to get a scroll to upgrade the mount. Oh, this is bad. We got 2 mobs on us. Let's see if we can stay alive here with 2 mobs. Oh, we have a shield now. Okay, cool. Forgot we have a shield, so that should definitely help. Yeah, normally, if you get 2 mobs on you, you're dead. At least in the early games. So you got to be very, very careful with your mob pulls, and you only want to, pull 1. Obviously, if you're a better player, you can probably stay alive, but your stats and all your gear is just so weak. We can actually upgrade something too. We haven't been doing any of that. We haven't been upgrading any of our gear. But let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and upgrade. See, this is hard because upgrading the gear, it takes your labor, and they did take away. Oh, well, no. So you can actually buy some of this stuff, but now people are listing it for crazy amounts. 500 BSLT. Let's see if there's any weapons. Alright, so there's weapons, and so this is why I don't really like to upgrade anything, because you can buy weapons for 1 BSLT. And you can buy weapons that are kind of maxed out already too. So you just look at the EXP on them. And so you can see how much more it needs to level up to fully maxed. So this one needs about 2,100 EXP to level up to max, which isn't terrible, but you can probably find one that is at completely maxed. And how you know is that it won't say that XP bar. It won't be I need this much XP. So let's try and find one for you. And this is another big reason why if you have a couple BSLT, you get to skip so much of the early game, you know, progression. You can buy all of these gears at max level arcane for 1 BSLT each. I mean, there may not be any max level anymore because people might have bought them all. Probably is, though. Just gotta take some time and look. And when you're doing this too, you can also look for items that have rare stat bonuses. So most of them, if you can see the stat bonuses down there, have a white stat bonus. Some of them will actually have green, which is rare. And then some will actually have blue, which is ultra rare. Or, you know, very rare. And the reason there's so many of these items up for sale is because this is one of the few things that you can actually sell as a free-to-play player. So you can make characters, sell these things, and try and earn BSLT this way. See, here we go. So here's a green stat. So this one has rare or rear melee attack damage rate plus 0.4%. So that stat is rare. And you'll notice like all the other ones are just white. So we still haven't found any item that has full... Oh, here we go. So here's an item that has full EXP. And so you notice that the EXP thing where it says, hey, I have, you know, 500 EXP and I need 20,000 EXP is gone. So compared to this one where it says, hey, same thing. This one is full on EXP. So right here, see it says XP 44 of 2,348. These ones that are completely maxed out, they don't have that. That's because they're completely full. So these ones are the best items to actually buy. And wow, that one actually has a green stat too. So like, this is a really, really good item to buy. Like if I were, you know, playing the game and I had put some money into it, I would be buying this katana for, you know, 1 BSLT. Or I'd be buying this scepter for 1 BSLT. And so this is on my main account how I ended up becoming an archer. Because I found a really, really good bow, and you can see that in my channel video where I talked about like, wow, this is a crazy good deal. So I found a really, really good bow, and I just couldn't pass it up. It was like 170 BSLT for a heroic tier 4 bow. And when you look at it, the bow had like 10,000 Archeum already in it on that level too. So it was very close to max level on heroic tier 4. So just the amount of money in Archeum that was spent, that was in that bow, the amount of resources, I should say, that was in that bow already made it well worth it. Like at that time, the 10,000 Archeum was worth like 200 or 250. Like it was a no-brainer at that point. Like it was already the best in slot bow that you could get, and it had, you know, more Archeum in it than you could even just buy. Like, yeah, you could totally tell that it was a free-to-play player, you know, bot type person that was transferring items, building it up, trying to make some money real quick. And like, because it shouldn't have been that cheap, for example. Like, but there was a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of heroic tier 4s on the auction house, and it was all because of all that, you know, bot multi-account abuse. They ended up shutting that down after like a week or so. But yeah, you definitely wanted to grab those weapons. And so the people are complaining nowadays a little bit, not too much, but there's some complaints about like, hey, these people got way ahead by buying these items off of the auction house, and like, we didn't get to buy these items. Well, the thing is, you did. You could have bought the items. The items were there for everyone. It was a public auction listing. Anyone could buy the items. The fact that you didn't buy the items was your fault, because maybe you didn't have, you know, 200 BSLT or 150 BSLT. Because even some, like, so I bought an extra bow because a bow heroic tier 4 got down to, I think it was 75 BSLT. So I just bought an extra bow because it's like, eventually this is probably going to go up. Like this bow is probably going to be worth more than 75 BSLT in the future, is my guess. And if not, I have another weapon. So I bought a second bow, and you know, you don't need two weapons. Your weapon's not gonna like ever break, but just because it was so cheap, like I couldn't pass up that deal. And that's also something, as a free-to-play player, you're going to be doing that. You're going to be shopping on the auction house, and you're going to be looking for deals that are just like too good to be true, essentially. And a lot of the times it's going to be small stuff. It's going to be like, hey, the log is only 0.1 BSLT and it should be 0.2. Like, that doesn't feel like a lot, but that's doubling your money. If you're able to buy a log for 0.1 and then it really sells for 0.2, that means you doubled your money. So that's a huge, huge, huge increase in value. Yeah, so flipping items on the auction house is the most easiest way that anyone can become a free-to-play player and turn their money and grow their money. But you have to be smart about it, because you cannot just buy any random item and think that it's a good deal and I'm going to sell it for more. You have to study the auction house. You have to study the prices of them. You have to take proper risk, and you do have to invest a little bit. You have to buy those logs and hope that they sell in the future. But if you do it correctly, you have done education research on that price, on that item, all the odds are in your favor. And generally you'll end up making profit out of that. There is another way, a very, very slow process to actually make BSLT, and that requires you to get to level 55. So grinding out all these levels and then taking all of your daily Archeum that you're getting out of these quests, and then you process all that into a 10,000 Archeum bundle and you sell it. So that's a very, very small, slow process. It will take probably over a month to do, maybe 2 months to do, but you can make some BSLT that way. Again, we want to make BSLT quicker than that, and we should be able to actually, once we get to level 30 now, so if we wanted to, we could start rushing the green quests. We might start skipping some of the standard yellow quests. But if we start rushing the green quests and getting more EXP and starting leveling up, we can actually sell our Skian right now. So we have 45 Skian, and if we sell these, it's at 0.04, so that's like 1.6 BSLT. So just right here, we have 1.6 BSLT, and that is strictly just from farming and just from planting those crops that anyone can do in the public farming area. But unfortunately, if we do go to level 30, then it will make the other quests harder to do. So as you level up, your daily quests change. So right now, all our daily quests have been very simple and very basic on this one. This one has been super easy. It's been, buy some Everstones almost every day. But once we get to level 30, it's not going to be that simple. It's going to be like, hey, give me some logs, or hey, give me some Skian. And at that point, we have to really crunch the numbers to see, like, is it worth it to give the quest our precious Skian, or should we be selling it to the auction house to other players to get the BSLT? And at this point, the BSLT is probably the most important thing, because we also don't even have our next skills yet. So in order to get skills, you have to open up coin purses. So we have a couple coin purses, we can do that, but we're holding on to them just in case the quest requires to actually, because the quest might have us open coin purses, so we're holding on to those for right now. Because we've only spent 1 labor point, actually, it looks like, so. Yeah, the nice thing, if you do all these quests here, you're going to have a really good leveling experience up to probably around level like 53 would be my guess. But again, it's not, you're not playing that much. So like you can see we're playing about 30 minutes a day. And if you want to play more, I highly recommend making a second account or a third account and doing the same process. But again, some people be like, well, that's not actually playing. Yeah, you're not really playing. You're trying to grind the game to make money. Like, that's why it's better to just buy the stuff. Better to go get a job, you know, make some salary, make some money, and then come in and put in, you know, that 25, 50 bucks in the game. And then you can actually play the game rather than grind out like crazy. And this is why I said before that, you know, it's not worth it as a free-to-play player, in my opinion, to do this. But it is possible. You can do it. Like, if you're in a really poor country or a different area where, like, you know, 50 bucks is a ton of money to you and you can't afford 50 bucks, and you want to try and earn some money, like you have a limited amount of time, you're not doing anything or don't have a job, it's possible to earn some money out of this, but it's not going to be a lot. Like, it's going to take us a month probably to at least get to 450 or 350. It's like, at least I'm guessing now, it's a slow process to earn this BSLT. Like, it's not worth, like, in that month, if you put all your effort into actually getting a job, I mean, I know it's different in different countries, but like, so a month job in America will get you about like $1,500 a month. So you can see, like, if you're trying to play ArcAge or Arcworld to make money and you're making like $50 a month, that doesn't make any sense. You should be doing something better with your time than playing Arcworld to try to make 50 bucks a month. You should be going to, like, you know, McDonald's and Wendy's and making $1,500 a month. Of course, it's different. So, like, we are California. That's the California minimum wage, or minimum wage is about $15, $16 an hour. So if you are in a state that has cheaper, you're not going to be making $1,500 a month. So maybe you're making $1,000 or $750 a month, but still, it's way more than $50 playing Arcworld. But this is why, so this is an Asian server, this is where it gets different, is that some poor countries, actually, like $50 a month is a lot of money. It's like a month's worth of work for them. And this is part of the reason why there always will be new players coming into this game trying to grind out money, because in certain parts of the world, it's very, very valuable. It's worth it for them to actually do this. If you are blessed with the ability to make more and live in a better, you know, richer country, just spend that money. Like, go get the job. This is also why the game is infested with, you know, Chinese bot gold farmers and so forth like that, you know, and bots everywhere, because, like, they're making money and it's valuable. Like, they're making a good amount of money. Someone even said the other day, this is playing Arcworld or grinding out mobs like this is better than, like, mining ether. So better than mining a cryptocurrency that requires a heavy-duty processing, powering machine, you know, all kinds of crazy investments. You could literally play this game, you know, bot it, I guess, and then make more money selling the experience points. And that's why they're doing this, is because it's better to do this than to mine crypto. And you can do it on a really, really weak computer. Like, our computer is nothing special. Our computer is pretty old, and so that's why it doesn't look pretty. We actually have a new computer coming on the way, so we'll see what the game looks like when we get a brand new computer in. I'm not sure. So I'm not that tech savvy on specs and things like that, but I do know it's better. You know, it's a new computer. It's 2022. It's supposedly a solid machine. We'll see. We'll see what the game looks like in a better. This computer that we're playing on is actually like, it's like 8 years old. This thing's super old. And like I said, I don't know specs. I don't know much about computer technology stuff. so I can't tell you what like the processor is or any of that stuff.
Salfira.
I'm sure I could look it up and find it, but hey, so right there we just got our glider. Oh no, next quest. Next quest we get our glider. And this is also where we get our upgraded scroll for our mount. So you can see the rewards here. So we're going to get a scroll to upgrade our mount. These are used to upgrade the mount. And then we get our glider. So that's the next big quest reward that we get. Alright guys, well that will do it here. That is episode number 7, I think, for the Let's Play series. So as you see, we've always just stopped when we kind of completed our EXP quests. And now we are progressing slowly but surely. We're almost up to that level 30. We're at level 17 now. And I will see you in the next one. Gliders and mounts in the next episode. Thanks for watching as always. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And I'll see you later.